but yeah, I was still thinking like 5-10 minutes of a chat and see how we go. And we're live and we're recording. So so for anyone that's watching this, I'm Simon. This is one of my good friends, Tasman. I think the backstory is we've known each other for probably 5 or so years. I think I put a BD call into you once when you were working in agency land, and then came out and saw you, and we've sort of both gone off and done our own things then, and sort of over the last year or so sort of come back and we comment on each other's things every now and then. But just for a bit of background for people watching this, what's your business? What do you do?
So Holistic Analytics is our business. We basically try and help companies solve their problems using what they already have. If they need to bring another tech, we do that, but most of the time we're trying to use their systems, their sources to fix what they have.
Gotcha.
At the base. Yeah.
And you've got a background in sort of data and AI and the ML sort of space, right?
Yeah. I've worked in analytics for years across the world, working in different companies, different countries, worked for the UN, doing a few different things. So fairly broad background as far as things go. Nice.
And so you and I were giggling a week or two ago about a report that I'd sent to you from First Round, which is a VC in the States, and every year they do the State of Startups report, and one of the questions in that report to employers and employees was, what do they think were the most overhyped products or things in the market at the moment? And AI, I think, was a very close second to crypto. And I remember sending that to you, and we sort of had a bit of a giggle about that. And that sort of dovetailed into some other discussions that I've been having. So I thought it's sort of useful to just spend a bit of time with you now, just having a chat about the differences between AI and ML, so that the average person on the street or at the desk can sort of better understand, because it seems to be a very sort of still a bit sort of shrouded in mystery, and a lot of products out there claim to be powered by the world's best AI engines and all this sort of stuff. So I thought we might just have a chat about some of that. Yeah. So in your own words, why don't you give us your opinion on the difference between AI and ML?
So ML is actually a subset of AI. In order for ML to work, it needs to have a defined end goal. So you need to know what success looks like in order to run ML. AI can be a whole bunch of other things as well. So obviously, you were talking about Dovetail before. That program runs AI. So it's using AI to understand what people are saying and then building off the top of that. ML generally requires a huge data set. So if you want to teach it how to recognize a car compared to a bike, you need to feed it millions of images of cars and bikes and then train it on that. But obviously it'll get confused. And the problem with ML most of the time is there's a huge amount of false positives. And the problem with AI, based on the way we generally use it, is you'll bake in a whole bunch of biases that that would normally exist. So I think there was some court-based AI used in the US, and they found that African Americans got longer jail sentences from this court-based AI because that was what had historically happened in the courts in the US.
Right.
So you'd actually baked in this historic prejudice just because it was based on historical actions.
Gotcha.
So it can be a really powerful tool for automating something that you've done a lot. But a lot of the time it's not built in such a way. A lot of the time it's built around a kind of a process. So do this, then do this, then do this. And that's not AI. And that's not letting the computer solve something itself. It's telling it how to solve it.
Right. Gotcha. So products where you're given a range of possibilities to choose, and you can kind of swipe left for no and right for yes, and then the ones that you swipe right for might have a range of data points in them, and the algorithm is learning based on your decisions where it wants to go to reach the endpoint that you've spoken about.
Yeah.
But I'm guessing that's then still fueled potentially by your own bias as a user.
Yeah, because you have to teach it what is correct. So what you think is yes, you have to teach it that. So you've already told it that this is a car and this is a bike. So if there's anything that's not a car that you've told it's a car, it will be a car.
Yeah.
Or if you're saying this is a very good car or this is a very bad car, that's going to be entirely your bias. You might think Ferrari is fantastic and Toyota is terrible. So this machine is then going to learn that Ferrari's good, Toyota's bad. Anything that looks like a Ferrari might be good, but it could be a piece of crap made out of cardboard that a child made, but
Gotcha.
the machine was a Ferrari good, whereas
Okay.
a fully spec Toyota would be bad according to that machine.
Gotcha. So with that in mind, then when we're being approached by vendors with products that claim to have class leading AI and ML, what is and isn't possible?
So you've kind of got three areas of AI. So you got your narrow AI, which would be teaching a machine how to play chess. Your general intelligence AI, which would be something like your speech recognition, where it's trying to do a few different tasks at once. And then you've got super intelligent AI, which is where it outperforms a human on anything. Super intelligent AI basically off the table at the moment. People might be getting there. No one's there yet. So we can kind of, if someone's saying, this machine can do all these things that a human can't do, probably not true. There'll be a bunch of small tasks it's doing very well, but it won't have those synergies and it won't understand how little bits and pieces connect together that a human would. So it won't have that common sense that you would.
Yeah.
There's a whole bunch that is possible, but I think in HR, one of the major challenges is knowing if you've made a good hire. So how do you know that person is a successful hire? Is it the fact that they've accepted the job? Is it the fact that after 6 months they've outperformed someone else in that job? And because HR can't answer that properly at the moment, there's no way a machine can answer that.
Yeah.
So if you're getting the machine to hire a bunch of people, it's going to hire to one particular solution. So if you want a robot to hire robots for you, perfect.
Yeah.
But if you're trying to get a mix of people, a mix of cultures, it's not going to do the right job.
Yeah. And it's interesting, isn't it? And you comment around, HR teams not knowing what a great hire looks like. It's one of the discussions I'm having elsewhere is, how do you define what a good quality hire looks like? We know that top performers, there's a report that was done, a research piece that was done a few years ago that showed that top performers outperformed average performers, so 10x. And so, if you could hire more of those types of people into your organization, you clearly, stand some kind of chance of outperforming your competition, build products quicker, get to market quicker, build better things, and so on. So anyone who can crack that is obviously in a good position, and there's a lot of businesses that try to. But I think until organizations can really define what a high performer is to them, and because there's so many personal nuances to a business, specific nuances to a business, what's right for one might be different for another. So I think we've got a long way to go. So from a features perspective, if you're, as I said, Mr. or Mrs. Average, sat at a desk and you're getting approached by vendors, you don't really understand this space, what sort of features would AI and ML have, and what sort of claims, how would you be able to spot sort of false claims of we've got AI, world's best AI, and you go, actually, I'm not sure that is.
I found I was looking at a HR report just the other day, and AI and HR, and half the things they listed actually weren't AI and didn't have AI in them, which I found really amusing. One of the easiest ways to spot it, just from the brief look through I had, was the amount of times they say AI in their first paragraph. It's like somebody saying, we'll build a house with nails. We use nails to build a house. We've got nails. Okay, you're really focusing on the nails there, but we're more worried about the actual house. If they're focusing on AI and not the actual solution, it's probably not an AI solution, which is a really simple, basic way to look at it. From a user perspective, think of the problem you're trying to solve. So if it's a checklist task, so something where I have to ask these kind of questions, I expect these kind of responses, and if they respond in this way, I might do this way, I might do this, that AI could entirely solve. If it's something where you're entirely unsure of what the end result needs to look like, and you need to have a bit more, spatial reasoning, you want to take things into weird, strange corners, that AI is not going to be able to solve.
Right.
So if it's simple and repetitive, AI can do a really good job of it at the moment. If it's not something repetitive for you, if it requires a lot of out-of-the-box thinking, not something AI is going to be able to solve for you at the moment. So if it's out of the box, or if it's promising you it can solve all of your problems, it's probably not AI, and it's going to cost you a lot of money to roll out and learn that mistake.
Which is what all vendors want. So here's one for you. I'm a really big fan of a product called Clara, which is owned by, just been acquired recently by a company called Top Funnel that I'm also quite a fan of. And Clara is a appointment setter, and you add Clara in on an email as a person, and so I might get emailed by someone. I might email you, copy in Clara and say, hey Tasman, love to set up a time to chat. Clara, can you book that for me?
Yeah.
And Clara will suggest some times. We'll look at my calendar, suggest some times to you, and you might say, actually, Clara, I'm in Brisbane, so we've got different times. And then Clara will make the adjustments and set some times that suit you and me, and is learning in the background how to do that. I'm guessing that is AI.
Potentially.
Yeah.
So you've got cognitive machine learning, and then you have kind of program machine learning.
Right.
Program machine learning generally isn't AI. Right. So you could make that machine, you could make Clara either way. So using certain keywords, Brisbane would be a keyword, it would change times. So it's just looking for certain phrases. It depends how well it can adapt.
Yeah.
So if you respond to it in a non-business manner, so if you don't say, hey, Clara, I'm in Brisbane, if you're like, yo, what up, Brisbane here, and then hope it changes. If it adapts to that, then absolutely, it could be cognitive machine learning. Otherwise, it could just be based on a series of flowcharts that are baked in.
Yeah. But again, if it's coming back to your previous point, if it's solving the problem of frictionlessly booking an interview for us or some calendar time, then who really cares?
Precisely. Yeah. So it doesn't matter so much if it's AI or it's not AI, as long as it's solving the problem. Which is why any company that's focusing on the fact it's AI rather than focusing on the problem it's solving, probably not worth working with.
Beautiful. Great. Man, thank you so much. I think we've sort of been sort of 5 to 7 minutes. I haven't got my timer on, but that's been really, really helpful. Quick plug if people want to find you and talk to you. Website addresses.
Holisticanalytics.com.au.
Beautiful. And it's Tasman at?
Tasman.murray@holisticanalytics.com.au.
Beautiful. I'll add that in the comments. Mate, thank you so much. We've got a bit of freeze here. You actually look better when you freeze up. But mate, thank you, mate. Absolute pleasure. Good to talk, and you and I'll catch up soon.
Absolutely. Thanks, Simon.
Thanks, buddy.
See ya.